We are back to break down Boys Wade Sensei.
Ooh.
Sensei, where's your chair gone?
Listen, I am levitating because I am Sensei. Bow to your Sensei. Oos. If I have a little bit of a lisp, it's because I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. But
what happened?
this cut be killing me, dude. I need some more spice.
Oh, it's bad. Now I'm hearing it. Now that you said it, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I did.
You're
That's gonna be good.
You're getting a little sassy on me. Now, speaking of getting a little sassy,
About to get real sassy on this video, son.
We're about to get sassy on this one because stuff is saucy in the influencer boxing scene. Let's just fuck the jokes.
Yeah.
Today's video is about Kingpyn.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Let's just talk about this because it has now come out on Twitter, and I figured it was going to because at some point you can only be professional for so long.
Yeah.
It has come out that alleged things going down with Kingpyn as here. I'll show. Oh, are you watching? Yeah, you're watching. As you can see here, Happy Punch reports, and this is alleged, but we're about to confirm it. Kingpyn has allegedly not paid some of its fighters/event staff, and the company is unresponsive. Multiple sources tell Happy Punch.
Yeah, the wife just read that to me.
Yeah. I thought you being El Capitan, you might have wrote it. I know you'd be, you know what I'm saying, headlines.
Nah, I was like, listen, maybe I did. I don't know. I was like, listen, I wouldn't know because I wasn't there at the last one.
So, what we're not going to do in this video, and I didn't do this on my main channel, we're not going to throw out names of people that are not public figures because,
of course,
that's not what we do here.
Right.
What we are going to talk about is what's happened with us, at least, during this whole situation. I pretty much laid down the entire thing on my main channel, but essentially, since we signed on, and we should go even way back before that, since I got reached out to by Kingpyn, this is when I was still with Misfits, and I was unable or did not want to leave Misfits to come do Kingpyn when it was just an original idea, when it was a gleam in the mother's eye, right?
Yes.
They asked who would be somebody I could recommend for commentary for this new idea, this tournament they had. You were the first name I thought of.
That's right, your boy.
This was when your boy was in the backwoods of Wisconsin, if you remember.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy time period.
That was worse than the basement.
Potentially, it was bad. And you know what's crazy? All these videos, now that I'm thinking about this, all the videos that have come out, or all the situations that have like put me in the worst, like drama-filled, awful positions possible have been when I'm not at home.
I was gonna say you're never home for that.
Never. I was in Wisconsin for the first time the tag team idea was brought up. I was in Swansea for Have Fun on Kingpyn.
Where the hell is Swansea? Where is Swansea?
Wales. I was in Wales.
Oh, okay.
The basement. I was in the basement. The sheep people.
That's right.
And then I'm here when Kingpyn's this drama, and not drama, but this stuff starts to go a little bit more public. But anyway, I put you up for that. There were talks. You signed on before. I was still with Misfits. We were going to take over the game Misfits and Kingpyn. The breakdown was going to be everywhere. That was the plan.
Yep.
From that moment until I signed on, no issues, but again, things are still getting sorted.
Right. I'd only done the press conference.
You'd only done the press conference at that point. We hadn't
for
done
the draft. The draft. We did like the draft.
Right. And I was there. I was all support Sensei, you know what I'm saying? Again, still with Misfits at the time.
Correct.
Then, obviously, I sign on. We do the first event. This is where I would say the problem started, even before we talk payment, because we're going to get to that. But I'll let you elaborate a bit. What did you see on fight week that you and I started to go, uh-oh?
I mean, we've talked about this before in a previous video. I forget what
we're
the
going to
video
go in
was,
depth this time, but yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know, just the energy was a little concerning.
Yeah.
Because we started hearing like numbers.
Yeah.
Right. So the numbers weren't promising, you know, And there was some issues around that. The site, I believe, there were some issues around the site. And then I remember
talk numbers, by the way. We're talking about pay-per-view numbers.
Pay-per-view,
how many people are going to be there? We
Right.
were starting to hear some things even then that were not promising. But even before that, we were sensing, and you said energy, we were sensing some very anxious and nervous energy from
anxiousness, nervousness, not the excitement you'd be hoping for.
Right. It was more anxiety than, I mean, there was excitement for sure, but there was a lot of anxiety around this first one has to go well.
Yeah, and there was and I remember talking about it, fight night, but there was no, reads or sponsorship or brand deals that were going on. And we talked about it as a media team, not just you and I, but like, why isn't the weigh-ins being sponsored? Like, there was are we not doing any of this or any of that? So clearly there was a concern because everything was weighing on and relying on pay-per-view and gate.
Yeah.
Right? So if there was concern there, there's concern everywhere.
Everywhere.
Because there was no, I was like, is somebody else got it? Is there a backup? There must be something.
Right.
So that was the glaring thing for me. I remember being like, there is no, branded sponsors for this event and anywhere. So, there was a big question mark, big mystery box.
Yeah.
Like, how is this going to be solved?
And the other things that started to stand out, at least for me, we started to look at specific things around event setup, like why is there this massive press conference with this massive LED and this gigantic, what looked like was going to be a massive portion of the budget going toward a lot of that. Plus, again, just stuff that didn't look like it needed to be there. We didn't need to be doing. Teams getting buses and freaking all these different vans and trying to, like full teams being catered to. It was just okay, how much what are we doing? Really, are we here for a fight? Or
there was a couple of like.
That's what I'm saying. And this isn't the fighters, by the way. It's just you're seeing how much, just with your eyes, you're starting to count numbers. And again, we have nothing to do with this. We're just observant people. So we get to fight night. Things go relatively well, except for the glaringly obvious, which is when Wenderson leaves, most of the crowd does.
Yeah, shoot. Dude.
So we're left with a somewhat empty arena, not a great look. We're busting our ass. Mind you, on Fight Week, we produced more content than I think has ever been done in influencer boxing. I'm not saying view for view we did better, because, of course, KSI Logan, KSI anybody, really, Logan anybody, Jake, but we produced so much more between us and the Blood Brothers just churning out content.
So many different like projects
and things that have been picked up, and people are going to be like, Wade, you didn't. Things that have been picked up by Misfits, for sure. Things that I wanted to do while I was on Misfits that I got to do then at Kingpyn, and maybe that's a little bit of a selfish thing for me. It's just something I knew that would work, and I wanted to show that it could, So anyway, all that happens. We get done. We're going home. And this is where things start to get a little dicey. Because you start to hear about the numbers. And I'll say them now. I don't know the pay-per-view numbers. I know they were very low. And I've heard the number 30,000. I don't know if that's the truth. But I also don't know if they even know if that's the truth. At this point, the ineptitude that what we've seen, it's hard to know. But I do know that they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that, I don't mind saying the number now, even though I wasn't supposed to for a long time, I'm pretty sure, but I don't even know if we were supposed to know. I just found out. It was around $3 million. And
what they lost?
On event number 1.
Yikes. Son.
Yeah, so that was one of the big issues, I assume, with investors pulling out.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Like, wait a second, we're not doing this again. How much? Like, we were cool with, I'm saying a slight little 500, but
not some of it. You lost all of it?
Yeah, bro. So
not a little bit, not a piece, the whole thing.
It's that commercial. It's my money and I need it now.
No, dude. Yeah, bro.
That's what this became. Because not only did investors lose money, which is obviously not what anyone wanted. Maybe some people that wanted to see Kingpyn just completely flounder, but no one obviously wanted that. We all tried our best to make this happen, at least on the production side. And
yeah, of course.
The fighters gave so much effort toward training to get ready for those moments. So it is what it is. But then we get to the issue of payment. In our contracts, I'm not going to talk about your money. I'll talk about mine. In our contracts, all 3 events, this is not handshake agreement. We promise, hey, you got my word, pal. This is in writing. We were promised, and I'll pull it up right now because I showed it in my main channel video. I don't care. I have no NDAs that say I can't show any of this, bro. We're free.
Wade's coming with the receipts, son.
And I don't do this to be, the only thing I don't want is to be like, oh, look at he's bad business. He's out here showing. No, bro, this is my contract.
Correct.
I'm just till I said it. Here is my contract, and yours is structured similarly.
Correct.
The sum of $25,000. Again, first off, that number I'm probably not worth. So I understand if people are going to be like, they're paying Wade that? That's crazy. Yeah. I get it.
Give the man his money.
I get it. But stop pocket watching. Now,
it's real.
There were 2 equal installments.
Also, you were doing more than commentating, so that's the thing.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of things that led into that, but
correct.
There were 2 installments. Now, I said this in my main channel video. The fact that I didn't realize that install was spelled with 1 L until now probably should have set in motion something in my head.
Yeah.
There was 1 L for me to take, and Kingpyn was holding the other one, I guess. But
well, it's on all of them. Is that like an English thing or something?
No, I think it's just misspelled in the contract. But 50% payable 2 weeks before the event, and 50% payable within 7 days after the event. After event 1, I would say 3 to 4 weeks go by, and we don't hear a single thing. So not only
that was the thing. The crickets was the people. You can't go at Wade or at us for speaking our piece when you hear crickets and then you're asking.
Yeah, we had the questions ready. We were inquiring, but not only did we not get our half up front, we don't have none of it after. So we're at 0% 3 to 4 weeks after the fight. That 0% is being communicated to us. Yeah, we're gonna get it. It's all good. Mind you, not only are we worried about payment, we don't know when the second event is. So here comes another issue. Is not only are we talking money, we're now talking logistics, because you have a full-time job.
Right.
You are a sensei. It's not just a name. This is what you do.
Correct.
5 days a week, grinding, building your schools out, doing your thing.
6, actually.
6 days, boy. Don't ever mistake it. Now, I'm a businessman. I run 2 of them. The breakdown is a daily thing that I run behind the scenes, as well as the Wade concept. We got things cooking in the kitchen. I'm chopping up white, boy. You understand what I'm saying? Stirring the pot.
What?
Sorry, got crazy for a second.
What?
We making that crack, you understand? That's what these videos be about. Nah, but we're working. And so we have other obligations. I have most valuable prospects. I have a Jake Paul fight that I'm planning out. I have other events that I'm trying to work into my schedule, bare knuckle fighting.
Right. Yeah.
So here we are sat in between events, and we're going, or what's going on with this second event? Okay, it's going to be in July. Or no, I think it was supposed to originally be in June. Okay, 6 weeks after the event, 8 weeks, cool. We don't hear anything. 2 weeks before the original date, still nothing. Finally, okay, we're back in the tournament up. I reach out to them. You have to say this publicly. You have to get in front of this, because people are starting to have questions that I should answer. I want to answer.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do business here.
A lot of silence.
So a lot of silence, a lack of communication. Those were our first indications of this. Things continue on. Here comes the second event. We finally get the date. Go ahead.
Mind you, I get the date while I'm on my honeymoon.
We get the date for the second event. You're on your honeymoon. So there's no chance of you coming to do this event immediately.
It was going to, because originally it was going to be on my honeymoon.
Your honeymoon.
Then they're like, oh, wait, it's going to be the following week. And I'm like, oh, dude, what? Then I'm like, oh, this has been so,
It's already, yeah. And so did they even inquire with you about it being on your honeymoon? Did they even text and say, hey, are you going to be available to do this? Or did they,
no.
Or did I have you reach out to them and say, hey, can we set something up to where he can come out a day before? Maybe
if you remember, we tried to set up a call and we didn't even get that. And then you were in talks with them, because remember the second event was really dark until the
gone.
week before.
Yeah,
because the honeymoon was the week before fight week. So we're talking like Wednesday or something. I'm on the middle of my honeymoon. You're like in the 11th hour. You're like, oh, it's actually still going to happen.
Yeah. So
and up until that point,
nothing.
Well, even after that, I had heard nothing.
Nothing. Mind you, you are a contracted 4-3 events commentator. There's no communication.
Correct. 0.
So not only are you on your honeymoon, I'm trying to talk to you and not obviously butt in because it's your freaking honeymoon. But I'm also trying to figure out for myself, because while you're doing that, I am flying myself to the UK with Christian, buying all of our equipment, bringing it with us, because I feel personally responsible for the first event in some way not doing what it should have. So in my mind, I'm going to make this thing, I'm going balls to the wall, everything.
Right. You're going to double down.
Doubling down. I'm doing a fighter follow series. I'm getting in the gyms. I'm talking to them personally. I'm trying, right? I'm going to go out and do this. I asked about this idea with Kingpyn. They were like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, should I fund it, or are you guys going to help here? Is not, all I need is a plane ticket. No. Didn't even get any communication. Cool. I'll do it myself. I'll fund it. We'll talk about it on the back end. No big deal. I go out early, so this is my responsibility. I'm not going to blame them for this. I chose to do this. But here's the thing, Sensei.
Yeah, better than me. God damn.
I'm out there in London 2 weeks. Kenny, film with him. Winterson, film with him. Gibb wasn't available at the time, but that's okay. We filmed with all three of those fighters. Gibb not unfortunate again. Filmed with Jarvis. By the way, flew myself to Vegas to film with Jarvis.
Yep.
Did all that. I'm in the UK.
Man.
Then I say, you know what? I'll go to Dublin. Me and Christian will go to Dublin, fly ourselves there, get our own Airbnb because we're there a couple of weeks early. I'm starting to think if I hadn't come out at all, if I hadn't come out early, I don't know if I would have gone to the second event.
Right.
Like, you're talking about fighters that showed up on Thursday, some of them on Wednesday. Because of you remember the chaos that was around that second event? Will it happen? Won't
Correct.
it happen?
There was I was confident almost that it wasn't going to happen.
I was looking at flights to come home.
Yeah.
I had a video, and I try not to, again, I'm keeping all this private at the moment because I don't know what's happening. I'm being told we're on, maybe we're not. Keemstar broke and fair play to Keem. He broke the, I mean, he was trolling with me and really putting it on me, but he broke the story. This shit's about to hit the fan, you know?
Right. I remember that, yep.
And I'm sitting here in this Airbnb that I paid for, me and Christian going, dog, we got to get flights to go home. This shit is not happening.
That's crazy.
And we had a, dude, I said, Christian, he was editing at this, the Airbnb Wi-Fi was so bad, he was editing down the road at some spot in Dublin. I said, Christian, go do your edits, whatever you need to do today. I'm about to drop a bomb. I was like, I need everybody out of this Airbnb because I'm going to record for 2 hours straight and go freaking Eminem on Ether, dude.
Dude, you guys...
Or no, not... Was Ether... No, was it Renegade? The Renegade. That was the... Yeah, Eminem
you
on
guys
Renegade.
Are in YouTube, like a YouTube war zone.
Yeah, dog.
And I'm out here walking with wifey down, kayaking with otters.
I was loading freaking bullets in the mag, dude. I swear.
I'm in the spa, in the hot tub.
I was like, I sit back and relax. I'm a thing on the back.
I'm in my robe, like getting like room service.
Just like that's why I fucked your bitch. Just ready, dude. I recorded this video and had it ready. It was on private, titled up, thumbnail ready. I'm this close to hitting the button, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude, I know, because this has happened a couple times where I'll call Wade, and it's just like, it's one of those looks that I get, and it's like, you tell when you're talking to someone, and they're just like contemplating, like, this dude's in a crossroad, dude.
Oh, bro.
Like when your homie's just in a crossroad, he's like, am I about to do it?
Yep.
He's like, dude, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to go ski mask with it, bro. I'm telling you.
Just take a couple breathers before, you know what I mean? I'm about to break it off, you know.
Facts. That's where I was.
That was intense.
We had no answers. So I'm sitting there going, if I'm not going to get an answer, I got to let it rip, dude, because again, it all circles back to my integrity. All of it.
Yeah, and you're all the way in Dublin right now.
I'm in Dublin. I'm in your backyard, and we might have to go home. And the people are pointing at me, and this is something that I put myself in these positions, I guess, because I am so opinionated, and I am maybe truthful to a fault that people look to me when something is a little hairy and go, Wade, why aren't you talking about it? Why aren't you Wade? Wade, what are your thoughts? You know what
Correct.
I mean? And to be fair, I wanted to give them, but again, I signed a contract. And to be professional and to try to give the benefit of the doubt to the people that I'm trying to be on this event and work with is really testing my patience.
Dude, you know what's funny? It's like the only, I'm able to, I thank the Lord for Wade, because, if it wasn't for, I'm like, all right, Wade's got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is one of those situations where it's like, I talk about 0 to 1,000. Mm-hmm. If you weren't in this situation, dude, how many days after? It says 7, bro. On that day, I'm 12:59. What is it? 11:59, dude. That thing says 12:01. I go from 0 to 1,000. I got flights booked. The family's rolling up. You're lucky. I'm like, they're lucky it is in London. It's not down the street, son. Because I'm like,
bro.
Wade's got it.
Yeah.
I'm 0. So that's the thing. You're not going to hear anything from me because I'm 0.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wade's got it. Because, I read the contract.
Yeah.
And you've heard some stories about people who are close to me. This is what it says, dude. You follow it. Because if not, because you're right, dude. It's so, people will come up with their, they have their own reasons. And obviously there's things, but it doesn't matter. When you say you're going to do something, that's your word. That's your bond.
Right.
You do it.
Yeah.
Or you better come to me on day 6
and say, hey,
that's the thing, dude.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you didn't say nothing. You had all those days to say something.
Nothing.
Because by the time we get to day 8, it's over.
Done for.
Hey, I just wanted to.
Nope. Nope.
Sorry about that.
A couple days late and a couple dollars
too
short,
late,
fam.
It's too late. Marty rolled up the sleeves. You know what I'm saying? It's too late, son. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Sorry, it's got to be that way. It's like when your parents like, why you make me do this to you?
Yeah,
you know
honestly. And like you said, I heard them stories, bro, so I know you about it. But so that's the point where we're at in fight week. Sensei, we haven't even got to today. We're getting there.
Oh my gosh.
Fight week number 2 goes down. We, like I said, we do our best with that one. I thought we smashed it as a team, as a production. By the way, shout out the Blood Brothers. Everybody, I thought we killed it, We get done there. Again, it's cyclical. Here it comes again. Everybody's happy. We do a great show.
What?
Cyclical. Cycle, like a cycle. It continues in the cycle.
Say it again. Cyclical.
Yeah, go ahead.
What
try
are you doing, Doc?
Go ahead, try it.
What are we doing here? What are we saying? What are we saying?
I'm sick over my nickels that aren't paid. I'm cyclical. Bars. Now,
cyclical.
We get done there.
Wait, does this have to do you mean
this is because
it's circular
event 1,
in a sense?
Yeah, event 1 is just like how event 2 went. After the event, we had radio silence. It went in a cycle.
Cyclical.
Yeah, bro. It went in a cycle.
So cyclical is a word from cycle?
Yes, dude.
Wow. Cyclical. Interesting.
First off, you can't just split it into 2 words like that. Cyclical. No, you can't do that.
Well, when you can turn cycle into cyclical, then I guess yes, I can. I can do it.
When you say it, it sounds like you're trying to sneeze or something. Like you're having a hard time. Let me hear it one more time.
You said sick and lick. Ickle, dude. Cyclical, dude. That's weird.
Farce.
That's this
farce.
So, anyways,
the cycle continues in this second event. We get done. Radio silence.
Dude, nothing.
This time, I'm reaching out, but people are starting to reach out to me. And this is, again, I'm not going to put names out because this is their private business, but this is people around fighters. I never got to hear from many of the fighters until recently, but I'm reaching out to other fighters as well as the promotion, but everyone's being super quiet.
Which is also crazy.
I know.
This is me as a media guy.
I'm just the radio guy.
If I put on the gloves and was fighting, son.
Charlemagne, I'm just the radio guy.
Bro.
If you were fighting, I know. Scrappy.
Oh, bro.
Now,
I'd be like, what's his name? Denzel. I'm putting cases on everyone.
On you. That's what I said. It's the commercial, bro. It's my money, and I need it now.
Yes.
Facts, bro. But
oh, buddy. Yes. Oh.
It's continuing to build up. I'm continuing to reach out. Nothing. I get messages like, I'll call you today. No call. Oh, I had a busy week. I'll call you tomorrow. No call. Hey, good news only. No bad news coming. Nothing, right? I'm not an idiot. None of us are. We see what's happening here. You're stalling.
Yep.
For what? I don't know until I'm halfway through my video. By the way, I recorded my main channel video today as we're recording this. I'm recording my video, Sensei, after Happy Punch puts out the tweet we talked about a second ago. Mind you, I haven't been paid from the second event. I get paid. I didn't even mention this part. I finally get paid my event fee from number 1 2 days before the second event.
Oh, wow.
Sensei is still not gotten paid.
Right. That's why I was like, bro, you want me to go there? When you're like,
to this day,
come
as we speak right now.
I know. Have not.
So what I do is I say, cool. I brought my brother Face Sensei into this situation. That is now my responsibility as one half of the breakdown, as someone that you trust and someone you've given trust to say, hey, let's go do this thing. Let's go kill it. Now that's on my head. So what I do is chop cheddar for my bro. Go Magic Johnson with the hey. You get yours. I made sure of that. Yeah. We good.
Appreciate you.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck about doing that. The problem is now I've worked the second event and now I have to rely on you to do something you didn't do the first time until the day before the second event for the next one. So I sit here right now. Kingpyn owes me $36,000.
Yep. Before
we even go to the third event. I can almost guarantee you I'm not going to get that money. And if I do, by the way, shake hands, thank you for your time. This was atrociously done. But you're either very late on paying people, or you're not at all. And again, you've already broken the contract 4 times. There has been no communication. This is why I have to do these things.
That's part of the key. Again,
it's the main key. I don't fuck the money.
The main key.
Tell me.
It's the communication. Oh, the communication. If you let me guess, it's not going to be good.
And you're forcing us.
That's why I remember like you talking to me on the honeymoon, and you're like, "Hey, do you still want to like come out?" Yeah. And I hadn't been paid for the first event. I'm like, "Listen, it's not going to be good.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a mic in my hand.
Yeah,
on screen, son. Yeah, I'm not trying to kill my own career already.
And that's the thing too, bro. That's the situation I was in.
It's tough.
I'm sitting
I know,
there.
I
We're
know,
all
I
putting
know.
on smiles. It isn't just me, by the way. We're making it about us because this is our business. We're not going to pull any other personal business
We're
for
just
anybody
speaking
else.
on ourselves.
Exactly. We're not going to go into their business.
Right.
But I know for a fact it
Correct.
happened to other people. And again, more people it happened to than didn't. Fighters event, it's a lot. Damn near everyone. But
Yeah.
we're
And the
all
lesson
trying to
here
put on.
is communication for me. That's the lesson.
Yeah.
If the lesson here is,
Tell us.
we understand business, doesn't always go
No.
the way you plan. It never does.
No.
However, when you go into business with people, and you make plans, you communicate that.
And you make promises.
You make promises, you communicate that.
And it's in writing. And these are, like I said, just tell us. Just talk to us.
Right.
So that we can have a message. I am my mouthpiece for you, for the breakdown, for the weight concept, for my family, for my friends. That is it. That's who I answer to. My community, my family, you, the breakdown, weight concept. That's it.
Right.
I don't answer to anyone else. But I'm going to be honest. So today, to bring it full circle, Happy Punch puts out their report. I've reached out, and by the way, we skipped over a portion of this. Another reason that we have to speak on this, or that I am speaking on this, is because when I heard fighters didn't get paid from the second event, where Daly, or it wasn't Daly, it was Leon, put a tweet out. When we were talking about fighter pay and valuing fighters, Leon said, speaking of valuing fighters, I heard most of the fighters on Kingpyn didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And
What?
that one put me in a tough spot. I ain't gonna lie. When Leon put that out, I was like, fuck me, I guess. Because he didn't mean it that way, but it indirectly goes, fan base, Wade, what the fuck are you hiding from us?
Right.
Which is not the case. I didn't know that.
Correct.
Now I'm reaching out, trying to figure things out. It's building until, again, today. Finally, the report comes out. I hadn't been communicated with since the end of the event. No call, nothing. I put out the tweet, and I simply said this. I've tried to handle things...
Okay, sorry, my bad. Trying to be serious here, Wade. Come on.
I've tried to handle things like a professional, but after weeks and now months with no communication and no answers, I have given chance after chance. Enough is enough. Time to address this.
Oof.
That tweet got me a call about 2 hours later from the powers that be at Kingpyn while I'm in the middle of making my video. And essentially right in the middle of it. Essentially what I was told was that they can't pay anyone because they haven't got their money yet from the second event. And I said, okay. Why is this taking 4 weeks for you to tell me this?
Right.
Or anybody. Can you divulge any more information as to why that is? The answer was no. Can I have any more details as to what I should be expecting? Not right now. Third event, don't know. Is there any reason that Face Sensei hasn't gotten paid for the first event? Completely ducked the question. All I heard was, I promise, on my word, everyone will be paid. That's what I heard today. And I said, I appreciate that. And I will, I guess, hold you to it, but the words don't mean as much to me now. Because we've had a time period of nothing, of radio silence. And without me asking, I don't know, or without me tweeting that, I don't know that I would have gotten an answer. So the words don't mean as much right now.
Dude, this is life imitating life. Once again, son. Once again.
And
poor communication 101.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to be this guy, by the way.
Right.
All I want to do is cover cool-ass fights, build the influencer scene, and break down shit and be goofy here on this channel. I don't want to be looked at as the guy that has to go public with this stuff. I don't want to be the one that potentially compromises my career going forward, because this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I am, again, honest enough to come out and say this and not bite my tongue. I don't know how many companies are going to look at this and go, hey, this guy is talking about contracts and what is it? Do we want to even... That's the position that I get put in now. And that sucks because no working company would ever have this issue. This should never be an issue. I should never even have to bring this up.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If a company is, in a different situation, I'm sure they would see that. But you're in a situation, I was saying life imitates life because it's where it's like, well, honey, I've been trying to talk to you about this for months now. Yeah. And now that I got the bags packed and you see the luggage, now you want to say something. Now you want to have a conversation. Yeah. Now you want to listen.
I had to damn near flip up the clear glass emergency use only case and get my finger moving toward the red button to even get a call, dude.
Right.
Sorry. I sneezed and I hit the button. My bad. Yeah. Whoopsie. Because listen, I tried here. I really did.
Right. Exactly. So, you did, definitely.
Listen, where we're at right now, and again, this isn't to bury Kingpyn. And by the way, I've said this on my main channel. I'm not doing the third event. No. If they have a third event, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because I've been given no confidence as to why I should. It does nothing for us as a channel. It creates more stress, more uncertainty, and puts us in a position where we're right back where we were. Again, what's the word?
Cyclical.
Every single event has put us in that same position. I don't want to go back there. I definitely don't want to hear you say that word again, so I'm never doing that. I don't want to go back there, okay?
Cyclical. I feel like you have to say it like that. Ugh. It's come full cyclical. Like, dude, there's like no...
come full... Wait, yo. Anyway, that's where we're at.
No. Listen.
Yo.
You can't say the word like you can't be cool when you say it. You know
definitely
what I'm saying?
can't. Not after the way you said it. You can't. Ain't nothing cool about that, brother. Something's getting heated up after that one. You walk in the door saying that, nothing cooling down, everything heating up. You feel me? Burst in the door. It's come full cyclical. Some shit's going off. Anyway, listen. This is where we're at. Kingpyn has promised that everybody will be paid in full. Listen, and I'll be the first one to shake hands and say, you know what? They stood on their word. It took them a lot longer. And again, if this is the case where they're not being paid out, so their hands are kind of tied here, that's sucks, and that's not under their control. I get that. But these were deals made in perpetuity. These were deals made beforehand. Mm-hmm. So you obviously had something in mind, or at least at the time, to be able to honor these deals. It didn't work out that way. You have to be better at communicating that. And that's really where we leave it, man.
That's it.
That's all. I won't be a part of the third event. Like I said, I want them to do one if fighters are going to get paid, because the people that worked their tails off, the Gibbs, the Kennys, all the fighters did, but the Jilly Polkas, the Barbies that were going to be in those finals, they deserve that crowning moment. They do.
They deserve those. The finals, the community deserves that finals.
Again, and I don't know, and we can talk about it here. Maybe they do it on a Misfits. And by the way, we'll just say this here. For people that looked at this as like, aha, Misfits on top, Kingpyn sucks, Wade, you made the wrong choice. It was never about business and not being paid or anything like that, unprofessionality as far as financials went with Misfits with me. Because I never worked with them on that. DAZN always did good business over there, and they always do from my experience. And same with Misfits, that with their fighters, that was never an issue with me.
Right.
In fact, I applaud them for being able to be consistent in a market full of inconsistency, rife with overvaluation and fighters not producing what they should as content creators. They've been able to have a sustained business model. Fair play to them, and congratulations to them. I want them to survive. For people think that we don't want them to succeed. I do.
Yeah, of course.
So I hope that this event, if they can find a way to put them on, and maybe the Kingpyn finals can go over there and be something Misfits inaugural, whatever. That
fighters got to win. Period. The fighters got to win.
Yeah, something has to happen. That's what this is about.
The reason we were excited for Kingpyn was our, not only for the potential for us and our ability to produce content freely with support.
Yeah.
And do the things that we were excited about and to do in the space, in the YouTube community space. But also, you know, the fights.
Yeah.
The fighters that were in it. That's what excited us, you know. That was a big part of it. So,
dude, the tournament, we got introduced to so many names that hadn't been on Misfits yet. I mean, Barbie was supposed to be, unfortunately couldn't because of visa issues, but still, Under the Lights became a superstar. Jilly Polka, Under the Lights, became a superstar. My mate Nate, even though he lost his first fight, was one of the big talking points of the first round. Jarvis returned to the scene. Kenny's growth over time. There were so many things that happened here. Gibbs' domination once again.
Gibb and McBroom, you know. There
were so many storylines, and I think they can still continue, but I don't know what happens with Kingpyn. If this is where we put the tombstone and bury it, then it had a good run. Yeah. And I'm glad at least the fighters got a showcase for themselves. I ultimately want them to be paid for it, most importantly.
Oh, yeah, bro. The fighters got to win. That's it.
It's just we can't sit here and talk about stuff that we don't know the most about, so we talked more in this episode about ourselves. But the main point, regardless, those fighters need to be paid. I could give a shit at this moment for ourselves. We're doing good, buddy.
Yep.
This is what happens when you diversify. So, kids, take a lesson here from the Breakdown boys. One, get your money up front. That's the big takeaway from us. Get your money up front. And for all the talks I've had about the social gloves and how could guys not get this in escrow and all that, here I am in the same situation. To be fair, one of the problems is I have a manager, and we've talked about this off camera, but I have a manager for the YouTube side, but we do our own fight deals essentially.
Correct.
And that probably is where I went a little wrong. But maybe that can change. I've talked to some people behind the scenes. We're going to maybe fix that. But for now, Sensei, like I said, the point we're going to leave this is communication has to be a key factor in all relationships, business and personal. This one was a complete failure of communication. And as far as the influencer boxing scene goes, this business model has to sustain off of budgeting. I mean, it does. And you can't pull a Wade on a Saturday night in the club on a blind date and blow your load too early. You can't do it.
That's crazy.
You can't do it. I'm just saying. It just happened too many times. I learned. You can't do it. Life on a drunken stupor night imitating life. Now, from here, Sensei.
Cyclical.
From here.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay.
From here, we have to regroup as a scene. I think, listen, bring the fighters over to Misfits unless they're running the third event. If they are, fair play to them. All the support in the world goes to them for putting it on. And if Kingpyn stands by their word, I'll be the first one to congratulate them and shake hands and say, hey, listen, we appreciate you honoring that. But for now, we have to say what it is.
Yeah.
As of right now, not many people have been paid from the second event. And there's some people that haven't been paid from the first. So that's where we're at. Don't know what happens next, but this has been our long story of what's going on with Kingpyn. No matter what happens from here, there's lessons to be learned. And one thing you never do is go full cyclical. So, where do we end up next, Sensei? We're open for business in the latter part of the year. Holler at your boys, the Breakdown commentary team. We're available for work. What does that mean? I guess I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it